Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Play On podcast. We're gonna do a midweek. It's a special episode, a little bit shorter, but we'll try make you guys not wait until after the weekend to get our thoughts on this past Champions League match days.
I'm depressed, Jesse. I'm depressed. Oh my God, bro. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about this damn episode. Yeah, we'll just get started with the in chronological. Real quick, we'll get it out of the way. PSG,
Liverpool
Liverpool,
2-0.
2-0. I predicted the scoreline. Not much to it. Liverpool didn't really offer much. They tried to change things up, but what they did get was Etiquette, Achilles
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, he had an Achilles tear. It's sad to see, especially right before the World Cup, because that's always the worst time to get an injury because it's so spark you do get like maybe three chances at a World Cup.
Yeah,
And it's so hard to come by because there's form, upcoming players, age, and especially like sometimes just coach tactics. So sometimes any of those reasons could get you out of the World Cup, and for it to be an injury, it just sucks.
it definitely does. Also, it being an Achilles tear, I think the last player I know that was like top level that got an Achilles tear was Kimpembe, and he was out for like 400 days, and he's still not officially back, or he is back, but like he's not
Uh,
the same player as he once was.
yeah, yeah. There's been an upsurge in ACL tears, but it's been more common for players to come back and recover their old form from ACL tears. But
Yeah,
it's not the same with Achilles. We haven't really seen players do that. If it does happen, it's very rare, so it's very unfortunate for that to happen.
yeah, it could definitely affect Etiquette's career. Sad to see. So hopefully he gets a speedy recovery and comes back the same player he was. Because yeah, he was. I think he had a pretty good season with Liverpool for what he was doing, and it was asked to do. But on a surprising note, with the Liverpool starting 11, they actually started Isak, who came back from his ACL injury. Was it ACL?
Yeah, I don't think it was ACL. I think it was just like a muscle
Oh,
injury.
the broken foot, right?
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, because remember, he was out, then he came back, and then he was out again.
Yeah, it was a broken. He broke a bone, but yeah, he came back, and it was surprising for him to start, especially in this caliber of a match. He didn't really provide much, which kind of expected. So it was a huge risk for Arnie Slot.
Yeah, and then
Um,
he still got subbed pretty quickly as well.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was a waste of a sub in my opinion. I don't know what Arnie Slot's doing. I think he just wanted to go out with his own like players that he
Players.
wanted and like refused to start Salah, which I think in this occasion that he probably should have, especially going from the momentum he had the past weekend from scoring in the Premier League. But yeah, other than that, like just PSG and running the show right now, it's looking a lot like last season, and they might be favorites at the moment. I had Bayern at first, but now it looks like, in my
It's
opinion, it's looking like PSG.
Yeah, Liverpool did put up a better fight than last time. Last time it didn't even feel like they wanted to be on the field. This time they at
Hmm.
least showed some fight in front of their fans, but again, it was just a difference in level.
Hmm.
PSG were clearly the superior side. The only bad note for PSG in this would be the Nuno Mendes injury. He was subbed out at the 38th minute, so hopefully it's nothing serious because looking into the future, he will be im very important for them
Yeah,
or be
definitely.
a key piece. So yeah, but
Especially
yeah,
with again another World Cup thing coming up. Who knows? He'll probably force his way back in.
yeah. But yeah, it was just clearly PSG back at their best. Ousmane Dembele again in knockout stages scoring two goals was clearly the star of the night. Yeah, it's starting to look scary for anyone coming up against PSG.
Yeah. And on another note, the other game that happened that day, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, everything was going well, Jesse. Started off winning 2-0. Our double agent Lenglet was
Oh,
doing what he had to do and messing up and giving up a goal, losing defensive marks. And then Fermin, they had that one big chance after the second goal. Lamine crossed it, Fermin headed it. Musso made an incredible save, but then he on the in the same play he hit Fermin in the mouth and he ended up bleeding a lot and that like stalled the game for like a good what 5 minutes, 6 minutes. That was a decent amount of time. I don't think that's probably more. But yeah, that kind of killed our momentum and it gave um Atletico Madrid a chance to recover. But yeah, from then on out, Atletico Madrid literally scored right after the play started again. Barca had the corner. Then Atletico Madrid had the chance. scored. Second half, what do we do? Barca thinks get a red card, our center back specifically. And this time we can't blame Araujo. Well, we can blame him for missing that one chance, but yeah, it was more or less Atletico Madrid had a good team talk at halftime. They solved a lot of their issues in the second half because Barca wasn't really as dangerous,
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. I'm just over it. By the way, I forgot. Well, I forgot what the stat was, but it was like 40 plus fouls for Atletico Madrid through both legs, and only three yellow cards for them. Interesting stat, I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like it was just a story of what we know about Barca throughout this season. There was just lapses in judgment defensively that were very costly. Even because again, they were like you said, they started off hot. They got two quick goals. They were basically uh level, and then the goal came back from a quick counter from like because of the high line because Marcos Llorente ran in and then no one caught up to him and then who was it? Kunde lost his mark with Lookman.
Yeah, Lookman just outpaced them like crazy.
Yeah. And that was also a surprising substitution from Simeone in the second half, taking out Lookman because him and Griezmann looked like the most dangerous people out there for
Yeah,
Atletico Madrid. So taking them out, I felt like it was,
that was a giant favor for us.
yeah, I was like, I didn't understand it because even if he brought in who was it, Bayern for him, Bayern, I think he had like what a moment defensively, but like I, Lookman offensively just provides so much more in my opinion.
Hmm.
So I was really surprised that happened. But yeah, I feel with this Atletico Madrid. I think I sent you something about for the next side it's gonna be Haram ball. But this Athletic Madrid team doesn't bring any they just look so weak defensively. I know next Lenglet's probably not starting after this
No,
or
he's
he
not.
shouldn't. Yeah. But even with the other people I or like Pubil or like anyone else, I still don't feel the safety with Athletic Madrid that you felt from beforehand. And the goal scoring opportunities that they've had against Barca was because they were so quick and their quick counterattacks. I don't think that's going to happen with in the future
Mm.
because of like so many other things. So yeah, I, but I think for Barca, I know a lot of people keep on bringing up the discussion of Highline, and Barca fans have been saying it's not a problem. It's just like other things. I think it's a little bit mix of both. I think it just showed the importance of Inigo Martinez was last year because he was the conductor of that Highline, and that's why they were able to catch up some people off of it and get some of the offsides. And without him, there hasn't been like a clear person to take that leadership spot in the back four and dictate what happens there. I know a lot of was put on Kubarsi's shoulders at the beginning of the year, and it sort of mellowed out because I know Garcia sort of stepped in and helped Gerard Martin, and then there's been problems with the side backs. I think first you guys just need more depth in the side back position because Balde clearly needs competition there, and same with Kunde. But I think if they get one, like you've been linked with Bastoni, I think he could help change a lot of the defensive problems for Barca in the future. Because I don't think I don't just want to put it on Hansi Flick. Sure, people have noticed that and have kind of take like they've adapted to it, but I just think they just need someone to help conduct it and somewhat save them. But I still do think they do need to adjust a little bit because like everything in modern football is just adjusting to what the other person's doing.
I don't know. I think the Highline works. I think the Highline again. I think the reason we conceded that goal was one Fermin. I don't know if you saw the. Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you saw the image, but like, or even the video. I was when watching the game. He was spilling blood like a
Yeah.
lot. I don't know about you, but when I get blood work done, I get pale. I get woozy. I am not at full strength, so I think it has to do. It has. The reason I'm saying that is because the way they broke the lines was through the left side, and the high line doesn't work if the press is not good, and the press wasn't good. Fermin didn't press well. Then that caused Olmo to track even more back, and that's when Llorente made that run through. So that press didn't work. They got through, and literally just two touches, and that's it.
But that's
But
been happening with Barca without Rafinha because Rafinha is their best
yeah,
presser,
and I
and
think that was my solution. Now, if Rafinha was on the pitch, I don't think that would have happened.
he helps lead the forwards and how to press,
Mm.
but also he doesn't solve the defensive line though.
Yeah, but that's
This
where it came from though. Like the press failed on top, so that's why the defense got caught. But yeah, I do agree. I think if we had an Inigo, Bastoni, if he comes to Barca, I think he would solve that issue and be the last man. Because I don't think Gerard Martin, he is more of a, how would you say? It's in Spanish it's comodín. He's an adaptable center back. He could play
yeah,
it
he's like a Nacho. He's
yeah, like a Joker card.
yeah
You could
he,
play him there. He could do a pretty good job, but it's not his natural position.
yeah.
And then Eddie Garcia, he is a really good center back. Is he top quality, like world class? No, he's a really good center back. But I think maybe if he was there, he probably would have stopped the cross because I think Eddie Garcia did mess up on that cross when Llorente crossed it because I think Llorente took too long to do it, and they gave Eddie Garcia a chance to recover, and he didn't get his foot out wide enough to
Hmm.
block the cross. So yeah, again. Press didn't work, and just a better center back would have helped. But hey, man, we made it competitive as best as we could. I think we did get screwed over on the penalty call that wasn't called. And the only reason I say it is because the red card that Eddie Garcia did get, while I do agree it is a red card because he did push him and he gave the referee the option to call it. It was a red because it was a push. But same thing with the penalty. I think it was also a push. So if you call one, you have to call the other. But ref just ate it. By the way, with that ref, we haven't won a Champions League game. But that's my bigger conspiracy. But I don't want to get into it. It's literally not bringing any solutions to anything. But yeah, I think just next season, hopefully with the one of one rule, we're able to get a center back, a full back competition, and possibly a left winger too. I think we're linked again back to either Victor Munoz, the Real Madrid.
It's not happening. Real Madrid blocked it.
I know Real Madrid's trying to block it, but I think they're still trying. And really, yeah, Virgil, the ex-Barcelona player too that we sent out to Mallorca.
Yeah, Munoz isn't happy because we own 50% and the first option.
Yeah, and I think Barca's doing that in a way to make more Madrid buy him again and then just loan him out again or sell him again. But yeah, I think there's just better things to come next season. I think just the season Atletico Madrid had our number because it was also in the Copa del Rey. Because well, they beat us twice this season. Was it twice or three times? Twice, I think. Because we won at
Uh,
home. We beat them in the Metropolitano. We beat them in the Metropolitano, so that's three. So we lost in the Copa del Rey and in the first leg at home in the Champions League. So we lost twice this season. They just had our number. I think we don't shoot ourselves in the foot. We have a better chance of winning. But again, I think someone, a Barca fan said it on Twitter, like not Twitter, TikTok, saying that as Barcelona claiming to be a big team, we shouldn't be trying to get remontadas. We should be the ones in the first leg winning the game, and they should be the ones trying to make a comeback win. So I think that's our biggest thing. But it's just annoying. But
yeah, but
again, they're just young.
yeah, but I want to speaking on Atletico Madrid. Uh, they look like they have a clear formula now. They look like they have offensive sparks. Uh, I think they're set up for like they could make a run for it, but I
Mhm.
don't think they'll win it,
No.
especially with the difference in the other side of the bracket. But I think the performance of Musso especially is calling into questions of like Oblak because he got his starts because Oblak got injured, but the
Hmm.
way Musso has been performing, it's drawing to question if he should be the
The
starting
starting keeper.
goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it looks like Argentina has another goalkeeper that they could potentially replace Dibu with because Musso is a great shot stopper. He made so many saves.
yeah,
But
over both legs, he was
yeah,
really outstanding, like no faults.
in both legs, the Copa del Rey, in the league game at the Metropolitano, he's a really good keeper and a fantastic buy from again another team, Atalanta.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know about Atletico Madrid making it deep into the tournament. Maybe they'll get past Arsenal, but I think they have too many injuries into questions, especially that their back line. There is a lot of flaws, and what the thing about Atletico Madrid too is like they suck at keeping leads. Because clearly with the Barca game, everyone thought it was over. Well, everyone thought the Barcelona just made the comeback and they're going to win the game because they didn't have an answer for them in the first half. But that whole Fermin thing happened and yeah, just killed our momentum. But yeah, we'll go into the next match, and it's the Arsenal match, and yeah, that's who they're facing.
That's it. There's nothing to talk about. That was I saw even Arsenal fans saying that yeah, I'm not watching this.
No, there's
Yeah, I'm
some
watching.
Arsenal fans defending it, saying like we're not watching pretty football. This is what it takes to go into the semifinal. When it's like, no, like you're supposedly a big bad Premier League club that has so much money, you should be able to beat what is it? A Portuguese club that's not even a top five league in the world, by the way, that you took their star striker from and you can't score more than one goal in the tie.
Yeah, it was just a snooze fest, and they were lucky to even win because that first goal in the first leg was pure luck.
Yeah.
They weren't sporting with a better side really, and then Arsenal got the lucky goal, and then at home, and it's funny because they're talking about big statement coming up because they have a big match coming up this upcoming weekend that could define their whole season really, and yet they didn't show anything different. The
No, they
possession was
did.
50-50.
Hmm.
No good chances either side really. I think Sporting probably had a little bit better ones because I think they
They
hit
hit
the
the post.
post.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was just awful football. And then bring any hope for like anything in the future changing. And they're just so lucky that how the bracket lined up because they have such an easy run
Yeah.
that because against any other side, they're getting cooked.
Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think Simeone might have a chance to go to the final because I think they do possess something in the attack that's something that Arsenal doesn't do. Like even though Griezmann is on like the later years of his career,
Hmm.
he still provides a lot. Same thing with Julian Alvarez. He's all over the pitch. And then with Lookman, I think, in my opinion, I think the favorite should be Atletico Madrid based on how they're playing right now. Yeah, like you said, Arsenal doesn't really provide anything in the attack. I think they're actually was super low for the whole Champions League tie.
I know for this one it was less than it's 6.4. Let me check for the other one.
That's over two legs too. So
6.4, and then the other one was, I guess, because of the goal, 1.3.
wait, 6.4 or 0.64?
0.64.
So yeah, they're not really providing anything. It clearly shows that they're kind of scared. And they're gonna go up against Atletico Madrid, who's been to the final twice. They didn't come up winning, but they competed pretty well.
Yeah, and then again, there's a current blueprint out to how to compete or how to beat this Arsenal team. They just went from playing against Barca, who have they're forward like they score. They're known to be like the best offensive t football team in Europe, and now they're going up against arguably the worst because they
Hmm.
have no X factors up front. Even if Saka comes back, the man's gonna be limping.
Then
Like there's
Declan Rice also got hurt this game. Apparently, like he's saying that he's limping. He has like pretty much he's pretty much playing with a torn hamstring or like partially torn. So they're not 100% fit, and they're gonna force themselves to play that game too.
Yeah, so I just see Athletic Madrid because they cl have clear X factors, like you mentioned, those three in the forward line, and then they don't have to worry about, Arsenal scoring goals against them. They only have to worry about set pieces, which arguably Athletic Madrid is also good at because they have a very tall back line as well.
Hmm. I think as long as they get Hanchko back, I think they have a pretty good chance with their defensive line being pretty good. But yeah, I like Atletico Madrid's fullback situation too. Marcos Llorente, by the way, who's a center defensive midfielder, right back, and then now he's getting shifted back to defensive midfielder with Molina on the right side. So they're like doing the what Real Madrid does, which is like overloading that right side with defenders, and it's worked. It's worked against Barca at least too. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna bet my money on Atletico Madrid going to the final. Do I
Even though
think they're
I
gonna
know you
win?
don't like it.
I don't
I
think
know
they're
you
gonna
don't.
win.
No, but I know you don't like that they go to the final.
No, I wish this is the one tie I wish Arsenal wins, but I don't think they have it in them to win. I think the pressure's gonna be too high for them.
Yeah.
I think they might get battered, like over two legs. I think it might be like a 6-0.
Yeah, it's either can be Atletico Madrid score a lot of goals or it's gonna be the worst watch of your life. It's gonna be so it's gonna
Yeah.
be the worst ball you've ever seen.
I would say that if it was Atletico Madrid like back in the 2015s, like if it was then, because that's how they would play. But now they kind of play a little bit forward up. And I think they kind of struggle. Not too much, but like they're not what they used to be, like that
Mhm.
defensive fortress. Now I think they have a really good attack. But going to your bread and butter, Jesse, I know your week wasn't good either.
Yeah, Real Madrid versus Bayern. One of the best matches of the year. It was very back and forth. A lot of stuff happened. That first half was very up and down for me. It started off really good. Double agents. Speaking of double agents, Manuel Neuer.
Let two goals in, like it was his fault. That's why I was like best foot matches in the world. I don't think so, dude.
Hey man, it was
Neuer let two go
very
in.
entertaining. It was very entertaining.
Yeah, it was. I'd say it was entertaining, but
But that's what you need from an entertaining match. It's not because of like perfect like tactics and things like that. It's because people mess up and people capitalize. Uh, I also want to call out Thierry Henry was glazing Lamine Yamal for when Lenglet was clearly giving him the ball. He's like, "Oh, you see that press? You see all that?" But then when Guler did it, he's like he did not talk about it, but he glazed Lamine for
because
Lenglet's
Lamine
injury.
Yamal, it was a good press. He got Lenglet on his blind side. That's why it was a good press. Uh,
Lenglet was passing back to the goalie when he saw that Lamine
but
Yamal was there, and there was
Lamine
an
deflected
open
it though.
yeah when there was an open guy next to him, so it was a clear fault, but he didn't do the same for Arda Güler. That was an easy finish.
Oh no, it wasn't an easy finish. I'm not going to say it was easy. But there was a Neuer
I'm
mistake.
not yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
I'm saying
the goal was fantastic. Like for him to take it first time and put it top left, that's insane.
yeah, I'm not saying like Lamine didn't do anything, but the way Michael Richards and Thierry Henry glazed Lamine Yamal and then just clearly did not do the same for Arda Güler. It was kind of crazy.
Well, it's because Levine's 18 and he's pretty much being the leader of that team. I think that's why. But they are Lamine lovers, by the way.
Dude, though I can't say it on here, but the way that they were talking about him,
Glaze. But no, I think Gurle is probably the best Real Madrid player at the moment because he scored that goal and then he scored a fantastic free kick. Again, I don't know what Neuer's doing.
yeah, I think he got his positioning wrong or like his footwork wrong. I think he was expecting it to go to the other side
Hmm.
to try catch him off guard, and then he just like as soon as it happened, he's like, oh, he wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, it was weird, but yeah, I'll let you go ahead with the match.
Well, yeah, we started off with Guler immediately getting that gift and then finishing off, setting Madrid off level. And then we Lunin, uh, double agent for Bayern this game. I don't know what he was doing in that corner. He he literally went inside the goal and then Pavlovic scored it. It was
The easiest goal of Pavlovic's career.
yeah, I
I think
really don't
I think the ball even hit him. I don't even think he tried to header it.
yeah, I don't understand really what his thought process was there. It was not great from him. From Lunin. Good for Pavlovic. At least he, got him back in there because there's people that have missed it.
Hmm.
Upamecano.
I didn't even, he missed twice, I think, in both
Yeah.
legs.
And then we had Guler. Then we had the free kick again.
Hmm.
And then from
By the
there
way,
we had,
not a foul, by the way, but we'll let that slide.
all right. And then we had the Kane goal, which Trent was it's what we know from Trent. He does not defend. He literally
Mhm.
left him open. I do gotta say the touch from Kane was horrendous, but it worked out for him. He was so lucky because you saw how it just rebounded off of him. He had no touch.
And he did that on purpose, Jesse.
I know, dude. So many
But
people tried saying that.
but the finish was great, dude. He knew Luis Diaz was in front of him with another Real Madrid defender, and he just put it to the opposite side, and Ludin never had a chance because he never saw it.
Yeah, yeah. And then we had
The great Lincoln
uh
play, by the way.
the only link up play these two had the entire game between Vinny and Mbappe. It was a great run for Mbappe. Good hold off for Vinny and pass a great finish. And then we were 3-2 halftime, and then from there it went to shit.
Camavinga came on, which I was thinking to myself during the match. I'm like, this is probably the worst moment of his career because he's been having really bad matches. I'm like, why
I
would you put him in at this time?
I did not understand the substitution at the time, and I still don't. I fully expected him to bring on Thiago Pitach. I did not understand why he didn't, because if you were watching the match, you clearly saw Madrid were gassed.
Mhm.
They were needing legs, and who else provides that than the 18-year-old kid who's been running the entire time? So why would you not? I don't understand that one. And then he also took out Brahim Diaz, who was a godsend because he was running back and forth, especially for Mbappe and Vinny, who
Don't worry.
really weren't.
Yeah,
So he subbed them out. Who did he bring in at the time?
it was Camavinga.
Yeah, it was Camavinga, and then it was Pitach and Masutun came out. So he took out Brahim Diaz for Camavinga. I didn't understand really.
Yeah, because even when if you bring in Camavinga, it's like it's also sending the message to your team like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna sit back and we're gonna go for the extra time rather than
Yeah,
try to go for the attack."
and he sort of let Bayern off because during this early on in the second half, we were creating better chances to them. Sure, they had more possession, but we were doing more with the football. We were being more direct. And then from there, it went bad because Camavinga, first of all, that he shouldn't, the first yellow, there was no reason to do it.
Mm.
I don't think there was
Well,
a,
there was a reason. He was like Elisa was going on the break and it was like right in front of the goal. The only thing in front of him was the back line, but he could have got a shot off. So that one was understandable. The
I could
second one
kind of see it, but
was
I still, the second one,
it's the dumbest thing ever he could have done.
it made no sense because first of all, why even put yourself in that position? Because you're fouling Harry Kane 75 yards out from your own goal. They're literally in their own half. Harry Kane's back there. I don't care what Harry Kane does with the ball back there.
Mhm.
And then just arguing with the ref about the ball. It's like, what are you doing?
I would say I am gonna say this. I know for a fact the ref forgot
Yeah,
Camavinga had a yellow. He would have never given him the yellow if he remembered the Camavinga already had one.
yeah,
So like even when he gave it to him, he put it back in his pocket and everyone was yelling at him, that's a second. And he's like, oh, you can see it in his face too. He's like, oh man, I messed up. Now I have to give a red. Which
yeah,
again, we can't really argue that it wasn't a yellow because clearly it was. What he was doing was really idiotic for him to do. But again, we talked about like refs being smart and not ruining the game and
yeah.
deciding matches, and that's what decided the match, but it was because of Camavinga's own fault.
Yeah.
So I
Because
know there's some people trying to say like well, at first there was like some back and forth saying like oh that he threw the ref threw the match, but
I don't want to. I do think there was some fault with the ref, but I don't want to put it on the ref, especially because this is just faults that's been happening with the team all year. I feel like that would be scapegoating the ref and admonishing the team of their own faults, and especially at this type of the year where I'm not going to give them any leeway because we this is no point for you to have leeway for like, your own faults. That was a rookie, not even rookie. It was like a childish mistake from Camavinga to do that. You came on into the second half and got two quick yellows.
he did. And by the way, this is not the first time he does it. He did the same thing with Arsenal last season. It's the exact same thing, double yellow and got a red.
But yeah, from then on,
That killed the match.
killed the match. Bayern took over. Luis Diaz scored the goal for the go ahead, and then Olise killed it off with a great finish.
Yeah. People are also trying to fault Mbappe and Vinicius for not uh, pressing towards the what's it called, the Luis Diaz goal, because they were seen like walking around when it came to that situation. And that situation, you definitely do have to be back there helping your team out, especially with the red.
Yeah,
But again, it's Mbappe Vinicius, they're not going to do it.
yeah,
And
and I want to call out both of them because people were trying to say, oh, one didn't show up and the other one did barely enough for not to get called up, but both of them really did not. Because first of all, they weren't defending, they weren't pressing, they weren't running like their lives depended on it, especially for this type of match that was needed for. And then their link and play with each other is still horrendous.
they're each trying to be the star.
They each tried to be the star. They each didn't pass to each other when it was clearly the better option. The only time they did was
Was
for the
and they got the
Mbappe,
goal.
and they got the goal. And then the second half, I think Mbappe did pass it to Vinny one other time, and then Vinny just blew it. But yeah, throughout the game, they weren't passing each other. They weren't doing anything. Vinny, especially, I want to say was a little bit worse than Mbappe, but they were both equally bad. Vinny. past couple of weeks, his form has been horrendous. His
Hmm.
decision making has been worse. He just doesn't make the smart play. He's just been complaining. There was even a clip with him yelling at Jude because Jude was yelling at him. He's like, "Why didn't you pass the ball?" And he's like, "What do you want? What do you want? Like, shut up." And it's just like that's not what you want.
Especially in the time that point of the game, because I think that point of the game they had the red card already, and you're trying to get the goal so you could at least force extra time. But Eagles, man,
Yeah. But yeah, the only people I say were standout was Guler, Bellingham, and
I think Militao played a pretty decent game for him coming back after his injury.
yeah. But yeah, Guler was the only offensive spark really. Bellingham, true midfield performance. He was really great. He was literally defending with Valverde, giving him support because he knew he was the only one that could do that
And it was
on the
also
team.
interesting with Valverde. I would just want to say real quick, he was constantly switching wings,
Yeah. He was
helping
going
out on the
into
left, helping out on the right.
yeah, and then Jude was sliding into the middle to support that. So I was like, oh, really good performance. Maybe hopefully we see more of that next year because he seemed like he was willing to do what was needed for the team. Mendy had a good performance against Olise. He shut him down for like most part. Obviously the goal, but that was towards the end where like he just did not receive any help,
No,
really.
at that point, he was just in an island, and you knew exactly what Olise was going to do. And he can't really do much at that point. He had a good game, to be honest. He shut down Olise for majority of the game.
Yeah. And then Trent had that one pass that people glazed, but that was it. Like, and this is the problem that I had with them since we got him. And I told you this. Defensively, he cost us a goal. Offensively, sure, he could have gotten us the goal because Mbappe should have finished that. But I just don't want that for my right back to be so
Like to be the creative outforce,
to
like outlet.
like just to give and take as much as you can. It's like because it was no net positive, uh no anything. It was like even because well, it was a net negative because he didn't get the goal, but like he would have given the goal and taken the goal. So it's like
Yeah, nothing. But yeah, towards the end, Real Madrid players got frustrated. They went to the ref and started yelling at him. They were just frustrated that they lost.
yeah,
Um,
then Cooler got red.
Cooler got a red. There was a couple of yellows handed out as well, but that's the name of the game, Jesse. Sometimes it happens. I know Barca, the same thing happened. There was controversy with Rafinha telling Atletico Madrid fans you're gonna get knocked out the next round. But he since then apologized, saying the fan was yelling at something, yelling obscenities at him, and he just decided to react like that. But yeah, he apologized. But hey, man, the only La Liga team left is no,
Atletico
there's
Madrid
yeah, it's Atletico Madrid, Spain. There's one Premier League, there's one Bundesliga, and there's one
went for
French.
French. Yeah,
The only one that's missing is Italian, which now it's in the top bottom five. Not in the top five. Well, they are in top five, but they're the fifth
yeah,
league, best league. But
but yeah. I would say the standout for both games was Olise. Bayern. I know a lot of people were glazing Kane, but I feel like he just disappeared besides that goal, and that goal I feel was very lucky.
well, there's two goals. Well, for that game,
It was one
I
goal.
feel like Limer had a pretty good game.
Yeah, I was gonna say Olise, but I would say Lamer, he was all right. Upamecano, he gave the assist to Kane, but besides, like he is very iffy. If I want,
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't give him credit because you conceded three goals, but one of them was free kick. But even then, he had a solid performance.
yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Kimmich and Pavlovic. I feel like they were very good midfield wise. They were like providing a lot of support. They were trying to poke around and hit the soft underbelly a lot. They were good, but again, I just because knowing this result, we know their upcoming matches against PSG and seeing how much they conceded against us, I just don't see how they handle PSG, especially Neuer with that performance.
You're gonna need a
With the
lot.
yeah,
Especially with their press too. Like if you lost to a Madrid press like that, I don't even think it was that much of a press. It was just a mistake. But yeah, those they're gonna be costly for them. I do have PSG going into the next round. I think right now it's hard to beat them. I think like you said, Real Madrid did expose Bayern Munich a lot, which I thought they were pretty solid. I thought they were gonna win the tournament, but now I'm having doubts.
yeah, the defensive line doesn't feel as safe as it should,
Hmm.
especially how much they conceded against us because they conceded what, four,
Yeah.
and we weren't in the greatest moment with PSG, and the current form was Dembele is, and like Kvaratskhelia, I know Dua got injured, but Barcola is still a great. And
Yeah.
then they still have Lee Kang-in in the back. Like they still have Mayulu there. Like they have a lot of talent still. And then their midfield, I think, is going to dominate because they sh they're better than us, but you got Vitinha, João Neves, and then Zaire Emery, and then you still got Fabian Ruiz coming off the bench. Like that's just a tough. It's gonna be tough. And then they actually have good defensive wing backs,
Yeah.
depending on if Nuno Mendes is back.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough, tough battle for them. Man, if PSG actually win the Champions League again, I feel sorry for the, well, I don't feel sorry, but the PSG owner is gonna have to pay Dembele a lot for his contract because we already know Dembele's a huge, like his, what is it? His agent is like tough negotiator, and now he's gonna ask for more money if,
Yeah, because he only has a year left, so he's gonna be asking for a lot.
and yeah, if they do win it, and I think he has been stepping up his performances. He's had some injuries earlier this season, but when it matters right now, he's doing everything. At this point, should he be France's number one? I think so.
Yeah.
He's surpassing Mbappe, but any closing comments, Jesse?
Uh, I hope they sell one of Vinny or Mbappe. We need a
Renew
lot of
Mbappe,
restructure.
renew Vini, renew Vini.
We needed a new midfielder. I know for sure a couple people are leaving. I have my lists. I sent it to them. I literally emailed it to them. So hopefully they listen to me. I hope we do, if we get the champs, I told you what watch I'm gonna be on. Um, yeah, hopefully we
Just
get a
Jesse
decent
can't be
coach
near balconies.
or Bridges. Yeah, but yeah, that's it.
For me, all I want is I think Madrid go to the final and just get pummeled by PSG or Bayern. As far as Barca, I think they're in the right path. Again, they're young, but I think they need a better center back in Bastoni, or
Just
whatever center back we need. But a fullback competition and a good left winger. I don't think Rashford was the man, and a striker. Oh my God, for the love of God, give me a striker.
yeah, but we need a lot. Both teams need changes a lot. I think it's gonna be a big summer, especially World Cup, because you know how we get fascinated with World Cups are. So I think we're gonna get a useless buy from that. But can you also imagine if Courtois was starting there this game?
Yeah, it would have been a different story probably.
Yeah,
But all right, guys, thank you guys for watching for this episode. Let us know what you guys think. Who's gonna win the Champions League semifinals? Put it in the comments. Thanks.
peace.
Peace.